What's up, everybody? Today, a little less vloggy than usual. We're gonna do a quick breakdown of the short that I posted yesterday, which was also less vloggy, but you know, it's all in the name of making movies. It all ties in. Our dog just faked an injury on his front right paw to get affection from us because we've been working all day. Yes, you. Hey, chill. I'm gonna get a toy for him, and we're gonna get into it. All right, so this is much like every other cinematography breakdown I've ever done. We're gonna watch it here and everywhere else on the screen, and I will run through how we shot it. So, first shot, this is pretty fun. This is a shot that I've done it twice now. I also did it in the first day of writing video. I have all of my lights in my house on smart plugs or smart light bulbs whenever possible. So that lantern that's in my dining room is on a smart light bulb, and so is the light above the couch, which is really great because it means when I'm shooting things like this, I can dim them down to percentages, which is great. So I will, a lot of the time, knock them down to 10 and 20% so that you can see them, but they're not affecting the actual scene. And then I light the rest of it with this light that I'm using now, which is an Amaran 100D with a CTO gel on the front of it. We got the shot done. So then for this insert of me picking up the remote, I had that same gel situation bouncing off of a gold reflector. It's one of those big circular ones that I use all the time. Same thing, far side key, did that. I killed the overhead lamp for this one. So the couch lamp, killed that, don't need it. Obviously you have the practicals with the tree in the background, which look great. This close-up of me, the overhead is back on, just to get a little bit of a fill. I think I moved the light a little bit. That's where I really used that reflector to get that harsh light on my profile. The blue light that hits was just the TV. I set it to a YouTube video of a white screen for 10 hours or whatever, and then would just click on the TV and off the TV. Super simple. It's actually what it looks like. It's a TV. So next shot is me flipping through channels, clicking on things. I had to sit on my coffee table and move my couch. Sorry about that. So for this, I sat on the coffee table and then pushed the couch just back ever so slightly, set up my camera right there. Still on a 35mm for this. This whole thing was shot on either this 14mm from Rokinon or a 35mm that's an old vintage lens. That one also on the 35 looks great. I wanted the TV to feel way bigger than it is, and that was accomplishable. Yeah, so that next shot is pretty similar to the close-up that I had. I killed the Amaran 100D, so no longer having that hair light because I wanted it to, it was conflicting with the TV light that was coming in. For a minute, I was going to throw the lantern onto the 100D and put it on a TV effect, but it's a little bit more of a white light and I didn't have my blue gels with me, so I just liked how the TV was working. So, and it was faster because I shot all of this in 2 hours last night. So, did that. Also on the 35mm, looks great if you ask me. Same shot, This is obviously sped up, speed ramping going on. Same shot. See, and there you can see when I kill the TV, and it's not actually fully killed, it's like on a pause screen, so it just dims it, which is honestly ideal. That was partially why I wanted that, not the lantern, because it still has like a very soft blue light, like kind of a room fill. So it's not just totally black, which it would have been if I had just killed the Amaran. I did have to move fast though, because then it kicks back on, which ended up working really nicely for the edit, because the whole premise was like that I put on Return of the King and then go dig out the Hobbit. So this whole hallway sequence is almost exclusively lit with This whole hallway sequence is almost exclusively lit with like lights in my actual hallway. I did have to do one fun thing, which was take off the light in the hallway, because for whatever reason, the lights in our 100-year-old house are weird, and the hallway light and the closet light are on the same switch. So I just hopped up there and unscrewed the two bulbs that are in there, so that it would be this like dark, long hallway lit by the bathroom light. And then when I opened that door, I just had it already on because I thought it looked better. So same thing here. On these close-ups, I did add it was on its bounce setting, but that circular pop-out reflector bounce negative fill thing, I put that kind of in the doorway down lower so that it didn't spill a ton over me. So you still get a little bit of like a hair light on I guess it's my right shoulder, just to help separate me from the background, but it's not as intense as it was because I blocked some of that off. If I had had more time and more gear and more people, I would have flagged this off a little bit more and probably diffused that whole doorway a bit, because it is a little wild and there's some like bizarre shadows that sort of happen that I don't love, but I was shooting it by myself in like 2 hours. So this insert is probably my least favorite shot in the whole thing. And it was, I think, the last thing I did, and I was tired and I wanted to go to bed. So I should have done that a little better. It's just a little shapeless. There's not a lot going on. I bumped it back just a little bit so that I got more of an angular light from the closet, but it's just not as exciting as I would like it to be. So that's a little tough, but it's not horrible. I've shot worse, but I've also shot better. So I actually do like the closer up insert a little bit better. I just think the light falls on it a little better. I just kind of moved the camera and barely nudged the box. So it is slightly better, but it's still not great. Same setup for that shot. I actually did all of the wides in one take and then just cut it around. But I think it's it might be my favorite shot in the thing. It's just that big wide one. This one, I really like this shot. This one was lit exclusively by those two lights, kind of a fill coming from the bathroom, and that closet light is really where the most light is coming from. But just by kind of angling the camera in a way that looks dynamic, looks a bit better. Obviously, I would have tried to flag off the box of books behind me. It's a little harsh, a little bright, and kind of takes your attention somewhere else. I also probably would have lit the actual book a little better and probably tried to bounce something back into the shadows a bit, because we do start to lose detail. But overall, it's a good shot for how quick I set it up. And it tells the story, which is what the goal was. Now, this next shot, I am really proud of. It took a while to get it right because it's on a really shallow focus, very close up. It's an old lens and is like on the ground, and it's a 35 mil on a crop sensor, so it's like has to be kind of far away, so you can't like adjust it. I don't have a monitor on my camera, or at least today. Last night I didn't. So just like I tried it probably 4 times before I got it right. I had to move my wife's clothes farther over to block some of that light because it's really bright. And then I had to set up that gold reflector again, kind of angling itself against the bathroom door so that it was bouncing all of that light from the bathroom door onto the side of my face, which I guess is this side. But I really like that shot. It took a while to get it right, and I'm glad I did. And then that shot, also really nice. I didn't do anything to this. This was the second thing I shot. It's the same shot as when I dragged the box out, which was the second thing I did in this hallway. I shot the big wide with just those 2 lights. Then I just brought my camera over and stuck it on the ground and swapped to the 35. The first one was on the 14 mil. And shot me pulling it out, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot it and see what it looks like if I go sit over there. And that's really what informed the whole rest of the short, which was great. Because originally I was gonna take it back into the other room and sit down out there and like read it and watch the movie. And I didn't love it, and I shot something in the living room a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, so I didn't want it to be like all the same thing. So I was like, well, what if I just like read it on the floor? And it kind of adds to the nostalgia, I think, and to the like sentimentality of the piece. So yeah, so I just dragged out that box, and I was like, well, maybe I'll go sit over there and I'll shoot that. So I did, and it was out of focus, obviously, because the first take was on the box, but it looked really good. So I cut, fixed the focus, and then just did that part again as kind of a pickup, and I really like it. I would love to have maybe, again, like diffused that bathroom light a little bit, because it is kind of taking away from the rest of the shot a little, if you ask me. I also would have been a little bit more angular with, or I guess not more angular, but more intentional about the light coming from the closet. Ideally, I would have like boomed a tube light or a panel or something kind of over me, just to get like a little bit better quality of light, because this is like make and do quickly, and I'm not mad about it. But if I would go back with more time and people, that's what I would do. And then yeah, this is that same shot that I did at the very beginning. That first take, and I was like, yep, that works. And I just kind of thinking about it myself, like what would I do in this scenario? Like, it was a very response reactive type thing, kind of a fun little acting exercise, honestly. And that's it. So, pretty quick, pretty short. Ironically, it's longer than most of the other shorts that I've done, and I shot it in a lot less time. It was a lot less prep. But that's kind of the nature of most of the work I'm making at the moment for YouTube, because I'm turning things out so fast. So I'm really happy with this one. I'm very excited about it. I have been thinking about this for a couple days. I think 2 days ago, I talked about it on the vlog, how I wanted to make it, and decided not to, or something. So I like kind of wrote it out, like a general idea of what I wanted to do a couple days ago, and then things got in the way. So finally did it. Very happy with how it turned out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It means a lot to me. I've talked to a bunch of other filmmakers recently, and kind of sharing about the movie, about the vlog, about what I'm working on right now. And I've told kind of some rendition of this story multiple times in those conversations, about, you know, watching DVD extras and telling my mom that I wanted to be a filmmaker, or I wanted to make The Hobbit into a movie. Like, all of those things I've said multiple times over the past couple weeks in various conversations. And I was like, maybe I should just make a video. But it didn't feel like the right format to do it in a vlog. So did it as a short piece, and very excited about it. So go check it out. Leave a comment on this video or that video. Like, subscribe. As far as the movie goes, trucking along, writing a couple pages a day. It's going well. Not tons to report until I have something exciting to report. So anyways, catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.